So in this sample, we have this form that's going to take advantage of the new statistics that are available on SQL Connections. I'll run it for you, and then we'll look at the code, which is really very simple. So here's the form, and I'll click this Get Statistics, and we're just going to run a single command that executes a select statement. And this is showing us that there are actually 18 different statistics that are available as of now, and Microsoft may, add more as time goes on. This is an iDictionary object that's returned to us, a series of name-value pairs, names and values, right? The name, the value. And here we're just looking at a few of them. You can explore what's available, and as I say, there'll probably be changes, with service packs and so on, where more will become available in the future. So right now what we're looking at is bytes received, the bytes sent, the select count, meaning the number of selects, and the select rows. So this is the number of rows we got back. I think we were selecting products here, so there's 77 of them. And it shows you execution time. It also shows you server round trips. So this is pretty interesting. This is information that normally you would have had to, go to SQL Profiler for, or maybe try and use some counters or this or that, or set up your own code to do counting. There's always been a need to make it easy to test performance in an application. Let's say, for example, that you want to experiment with a new feature in ADO.NET 2.0 that supports batch updating. We're going to talk about that, and I'll show you how it works later when we deal with updating. But let's say you want to try using it and see what effect it has. Well, this would be a great way to monitor that right within an application. You could add a simple form like this. I'll show you what the form is doing and how easy it is to work with these statistics. Here I'll bring up the code for this. And you can see here that we're creating a new connection, just feeding it the connection string in our settings file. And this is a key part. We're explicitly setting the statistics enabled property to true. By default, it's false. So you won't be gathering statistics unless you, turn this on for your connection. And here's the select statement that we're using to get those products. And we're using a data adapter here and, filling up a table by calling adapter.fill. You'll notice that in this case, we are calling connection.open explicitly before calling adapter.fill. You don't need to do that. When you call adapter.fill, it will automatically open a connection for you, and then it will close the connection when it's done. But if you want a connection to remain open after adapter.fill, then open it yourself first, and adapter.fill will leave it in the state that it found it. It won't close it for you, so you could then reuse it or, however you needed to. And here, we're just setting up our variable current statistics, and we are declaring this as an iDictionary, and we're going to populate that dictionary by calling the retrieve statistics method of our connection object. And then we're simply, creating some UI here, writing some stuff to the screen. And here we're setting up a series of variables to capture the values of bytes received, bytes sent, select count, and so on, the various things that we saw. And these correspond to the names in our iDictionary. And then, we're just displaying it on the screen. Now, notice that I want to be real clear about this, that these current statistics, right, it's not anything that's going to have properties, right? So there are no properties that I'm going to be able to, drop down and see on my current statistics here, because this is just an iDictionary object. So it's really going to be up to you in the code to figure out what's in there, and Microsoft is free to change it at any time. But, of course, the 18 that are in there to start with are all documented. And so you can use code like this to index into that iDictionary collection and grab the particular statistics that you're interested in. And I think this is really a great feature that's been added for the SQL connection object in ADO.NET 2.0.